I've witnessed the trials and the joys of immigration through my own family. My father-in-law is a naturalized citizen from Mexico. My wife and her siblings, first-generation Americans. I was very proud when my father-in-law, a very proud man, asked me to help him study for his citizenship test. It is a big deal. Not everybody wants to become a citizen, but those that do are willing to work hard to make this country great. I would say my wife's grandma. She was a very strong figure. She only spoke Spanish. I learned to speak Spanish to specifically talk to her, to spend time with her, to really understand about where she had come from and the journey that she had faced. But I also knew that if I learned Spanish and won over grandma, then winning over Sonia's dad would come next. So I certainly had a dual focus in that. But I learned a lot. Very strong man, very proud man. Came over during the Bracero program, worked long hours, worked the toughest jobs, worked some of the jobs that nobody else would do. Ultimately, after years, not only did he have camps that he would help to provide housing, but also food, and worked with others to make sure that they had employment as well. But living through the Bracero program, seeing the changes in the Salinas Valley in California, I saw not only the difficult life, but it was a long journey and a difficult journey for him as well. Very proud moment. Here was a man who did everything on his own, never asked for help, figured out a way to get things done, to survive, to work hard, and ultimately, when there was an opportunity for reform during the 80s, he had property in Mexico, and so dual citizenship was not an option. So he waited for a very, very long time. And when he made the decision and was able to file for citizenship, it was a very, very proud moment. But he also understood that with that came a number of obligations, and one of those was taking the citizenship test, a test that he had to study for, not his primary language. And so, studying the Constitution, studying the history of our country, there's a lot of information in the citizenship test, and it was very proud for me to not only work with him, but he wanted to work with me, and I had something that I could provide him as a very proud individual. It made me proud to be able to help him ultimately gain his citizenship and just see the pride that he had in earning it, proud to be an American. He lived in California, lived in the United States for a very, very long time. But there was a change. There was a change when he became a U.S. citizen. It wasn't just living in America, he was American. And I could tell that something changed in him.